What's up, everybody? Today we're talking about loan estimates, aka lending estimates, and closing disclosures. What's the difference and what to look for? Let's get into it. After getting approved for a mortgage and going under contract, your loan officer will provide you with a loan estimate that looks like this. Pay close attention to the figures in the loan terms box, as these numbers cannot increase once you have locked your rate. At the bottom, you'll see the estimated closing cost and estimated cash that you will need for closing. These numbers are typically padded and will end up being less at closing once the loan officer, loan processor, title company, or law office have gone through a balancing of the numbers. Page 2 shows an itemization of all of the closing costs. In box A, you'll see the origination charges. These will include the cost of your rate, if there is one, loan origination fees, and administration fees. These fees can be listed various different ways, or maybe all listed under one origination charge. Processing a loan can take a lot of hours and manpower. The origination charges cover the labor for everyone who works on the loan. This particular client did not have to pay for their rate because they opted for a higher rate, which meant they got a lender credit to help out with their closing costs. In the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the total cash to close, which includes down payment, earnest money, and seller credits if there are any. Keep in mind, these figures are estimated and not final numbers. You may end up getting more than one lending estimate throughout the process. The final numbers will be on the closing disclosure. You will receive the closing disclosure no later than 3 days before your closing date. This is an example of what page 1 of the closing disclosure looks like. You can see that it includes all of the same information that was on the lending estimate, but the numbers have now been balanced. Page 2 will show a side-by-side of the borrower's transaction and the seller's transaction. You will also see the numbers from the loan estimate side-by-side with the final numbers. This client negotiated for a seller's credit after inspection. The cash to close the client will need at closing is listed at the bottom. Here's a side-by-side of the initial lending estimate and the closing disclosure. You can see that the final numbers ended up being considerably less than the initial lending estimate. Please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for rate updates, mortgage hacks, and inside scoop on the market.